Good evening, everyone in the planet, on the planet, outside the planet, within the planet, wherever you are this evening. We would like to thank you for joining us. This is the Shooting the Ish podcast. I'm working on some optics for the introduction, but I just went with my channel page introduction. So we are glad that you are here. We are happy to be here. We are excited to talk about what we're talking about tonight. To my right, which would probably be to y'all's left, I don't know, is my esteemed co-host, Jace71889, aka Jamel. This man has one of the most impressive video game collections that I have seen in my life. You can find him on Instagram if you are not following him at Jace71889, and that's on Instagram. My name, of course, is Dusty Brick Brown. I am also on Instagram, but I am not a celebrity like JC. Let's just put it to you. He got like 2 million subscribers and stuff. So, Jace, how you doing tonight, bro?
Doing great, man. Great, man. Been a good weekend so far, man. Good 3-day weekend for me because of specific game that we are going to be talking about later on.
That's right. That's right. And it was also a 3-day weekend for me as well. Did some grinding yesterday in the game. And we're going to talk about that in detail a little bit later on. Since this is a podcast on my channel, I just want to give myself and Jason an opportunity to just explain and give a little background on who we are. I am a Gen X gamer. I've been gaming since I was 12, 13 years old, maybe a little bit earlier than that. Telling my age, first system that I ever owned was an Atari 2600. I let y'all deal however y'all want to deal with that. If I'm a boomer, which I'm not, I'm a Gen Xer. That's neither here nor there, but I've been collecting video games and comic books for a long time. And I love to play video games and read comic books and all that kind of stuff. Jace, tell me a little bit about yourself, sir.
Well, I'm a 90s boy, man. Late 80s, 90s. Yo, my first gaming console was the NES. That was like the first console, and to be honest, anyone's first console if you born in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
Then from there on, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, PlayStation, Saturn, and I've just been gaming every year since. Pretty much, I'll say 30, 32, 30, 33 of my 36 years of living, I've been a gamer.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And don't let the smooth taste fool you, man. Just because Jace is the 80s, 90s baby, that don't mean this man got an old soul like Al Green. So, music. Yeah, music, whatever, man. So I'm glad that he's here, and I'm glad he gave me the idea to come up with this particular show idea. So hopefully we'll keep the momentum going with different types of shows moving forward. But without further delay, we're going to start this show. This first particular segment is going to be where myself and Mr. Jace actually gives you all a game that we feel that is underrated. There's so many games out there. As a matter of fact, the one that Jace sent me, I had never heard about it. Like I said, he is the master of all video games. My collection is paltry compared to him, and I got over almost 1,000 game physical copies. I ain't gonna even ask him how many he got, so he'll let y'all know if he want to tell y'all. Yeah, he's over 1,000. Yeah, Vegeta, over 9,000. So, but anyway, here we go with this next segment, and this segment is called. And I was slow on the draw I was hoping I had it up, but I didn't. But basically, here it goes. And we thank you all for watching. We appreciate y'all for our inaugural episode of Shooting the You Know What. All right. So, Jace, if you want to give them, I'm going to pull up a video, which is actually I pulled from the internet, and tell them what the name of the game is and what it's all about.
It's a Scar Above sci-fi action game. I forgot the name of the publisher and developer again. It's an independent game because it's very, very independent. And the fact that I actually didn't even hear about the game until it came out a year later. So, and it was also a random buy because I think I bought it when it was on sale for like 30 I think it was 30 and change or something. How much when I put it on Amazon? So it was just a random buy because it was part of a lot I bought, and I believe I posted on IG. But I didn't play the game until I say around August, well, late July, August of 2023. When I decided, and I think it was actually someone reviewed the game on YouTube. That was a random review that I decided to watch it, and it was a lot he was saying that piqued my interest to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and give this game a shot. So I decided to play it, and from what you see right here, sci-fi is in space. It takes place in 5 different. You travel to 5 different biomes. You go around, you gather equipment, and there's just checkpoint. Unlike, I would say this: if you're a fan of Returnal by Housemarque, PlayStation exclusive, you will actually enjoy this game. Now, it doesn't have the gameplay that Returnal has when it comes to the movement, and that's probably my one big negative is the overall controls and the movement of the characters can be clunky at times, especially when you're in battle in close quarters. When you're in open space, I think the combat can be really good and the movement can be good, but when you're in the combat in close quarters, it can be kind of iffy, stiffy. But overall, I enjoy my time with the game. I love all the different environments you playing. And there's one particular, I'll say the final 3 chapters is probably the best part of the game, period. Especially this one chapter when you were literally, you didn't even knew that you were inside of a living creature until like, wait a minute. You start noticing the wall, you start to see that, oh, those are veins. Then you realize, I'm actually inside of a creature. And I thought that whole chapter really freaked me out. Like, this is crazy. And some of the boss fights were pretty good. This boss fight you see here in the screen, I think that's probably the first or second boss fight. I thought that was good. And there was one particular boss fight when you fight against a giant plant creature, and that boss gave me fits. I think I died like 7-8 times. Very unique boss fight. You have to keep moving and have to make sure you avoid the poison. But overall, I enjoyed my time with this game. I ended up getting the platinum trophy, but there was a problem with the platinum trophy. I'll go ahead and tell you this: the game has a scan feature, which you have to scan all the creatures in the game. But there's one catch and one problem that I did not know about until after I'm like 5-7 hours into the game, is that if you die before you reach a checkpoint and you do your scans, those scans will not count. You have to, it'll just, the counter reset. And those scans that you did on the creatures will not count. And when I realized, when I got towards the end of the game, when I scanned the final boss, but I didn't get the trophy, that's when I'm like, oh no. So I looked at the trophy guy and like, yep. And when they said that, oh yeah, if you die, you most likely gonna miss this, gonna reset your count on the scans. And that's when I realized, yeah, I had to pretty much do a 4-second playthrough to get the platinum trophy. And the funny thing is, this is a minor problem with independent games. They don't patch. I mean, the fact that the game been out for a whole year and they never patched that bug, that trophy bug, kind of annoyed me. But I said, no, I'll go ahead and just do a speed run, because pretty much the second playthrough was a speed run, just going around scanning all the creatures I killed, because you have to kill the creatures first, then scan them. You can't just kill the creature and just walk away from it. You got to kill them and scan them. So yeah, that was the platinum trophy. And like I said, it was an enjoyable experience. I like the environments. The biomes were really cool. The creatures, all the creatures. That's the one thing I said, that the creature designs is great. So it's just like a nice sci-fi horror game, sci-fi action game. I will reckon the game should be really cheap right now. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the physical copies or how much where they going for now on Amazon and Best Buy, but it should be a cheap game. But yeah, I recommend anyone who into sci-fi adventure games, sci-fi horror games. I recommend you play, especially if you're a fan of Returnal. Like I said earlier, that don't expect Returnal gameplay wise, but expect the binaries like how Returnal had, and unlike Returnal, you can actually save a checkpoint, whereas in Returnal, if you die, you have to start all the way back from the beginning again and you reset the whole progress. So yes, I recommend Star Above. Very, very, very. I like a 7 out of 10. I would say 7.5 out of 10. That would be my overall score for the game. Cool. Definitely recommend, especially this time of the year, man. It's Halloween time. You want to play? You want to see some monsters, sci-fi adventures. I love you. I'm a sucker for sci-fi horror.
Cool.
Mm,
Cool. Well, folks, scars above PS5. Go look for it.
yes.
I'm interested in it. Good job, Jace. All right, so I'll move on to my pick, and this game is very quirky. And the name of the game is called Gun House. And this game, I came about it by happenstance. And what I mean by that, I was on my Nintendo Switch
Hmm.
and I was looking at certain games. Sometimes the Switch has games there. A lot of stuff is shovelware, just crap. But the art style of this game it kind of caught my eye. Now, one major thing about this game, I actually started playing this game during the pandemic. Everyone knows the pandemic went down, and you were pretty much stuck in the house unless you were a daredevil or something. So, when I wasn't working, excuse me, um, I was at home because we started working from home at the job that I was at. So this game actually is a great game, and to give you some kind of synopsis, the house is supposed to be an orphanage, and there's this guy from outer space that's trying to steal the kids. And I know that sounds very cringe, but that's the whole story arc for it. So the game is kind of similar to Tetris, as you can see the little blocks that are in the house. You build, you get 2, 4 of a kind, 6 of a kind, blah blah blah. The bigger the blocks are, the stronger that the gun. You see the gun, sticking out with the I guess the goat head. Um, the stronger it is, like they're building it up now. If he puts those other 2 at the top, it's going to actually be more powerful. And the more powerful it is, you see him slightly shaking, it damages the whatever's fighting or whatever's attacking you even more. So it's a very interesting concept. You upgrade your weapons, you get money. Down at the bottom, there's like a little counter where it shows you the amount of money that you've accumulated killing various enemies and stuff. And they have front guns and then the back guns. The back gun is kind of like an air attack, and it comes from he's going to do it now, I guess. And the stronger, like I said, the block that you build, the more powerful the attack is when when you build everything up. Now, during this particular whole process, you see the little things coming from the left. They're actually trying to steal kids out of the house. So you have to make sure, yeah. So you have to make sure that your guns and your air attack are strong enough to repel them. And sometimes I've actually played where I've gotten that whole house like one color, or one particular artillery, whatever you want to call it, and it's like crazy. I mean, it's really strong. You see them like shaking, and like I said, the stronger the attack is, the stronger the blocks are that you build. The attacks are strong, and again, it's like you have to build, and you have a time limit to do it. So I love this game. I love this game. It's like I've been playing it pretty often. Like if I don't want to play something that like a God of War or something like that, and I just want to play something mindless. And it's not necessarily mindless because it take a little bit of thought process or strategy to do what you need to do. But I'll play this game sometimes for like an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours even. But back during the pandemic, oh my God, man, I played this game to where I couldn't play it no more. I beat this game probably about 4 or 5 times. The publisher is called Necrosoft. I haven't seen any other games from them. So I don't know if this was just the one and done or if they're just, still working on stuff. Like this has been out since 2020 or 2019, may have been earlier than that. But yeah, I love this game. But again, it's called Gunhouse. So,
and it's on. You played it on the Switch, right?
Yeah, I played on the Switch, but they have it. I actually downloaded and bought it on the PS4, PS5. You can catch it on sale all the time. It's one of those things where you could catch it on sale. When I bought it on the PS4, I think it was like $5, $6 or something. It could be cheap. But man, I'm telling you, it is a really, really good
That
game.
looks like the perfect game to play on the handheld too.
Bro, it is a perfect game to play on the handheld because while in between times, I was working, bro, I was playing Gunhouse, man. But yeah, it's on the Switch and like I said, PS4 and PS5. Really good game, man. I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, man. Well, we have made it past our first segment, so we're gonna move on to another segment real quick that we have been talking about. I pulled a few articles off the internet, man. I know you say there's a couple things you wanted to talk about too. We probably think about the same thing. So with that being said, let me get to this. It's not working. Hold on. Let's try this again. StreamYard is StreamYarding. Did you see anything that came up?
I saw you had the information that the PS2.
Okay, about the news. Okay.
Backdrop.
Hold on. I want to do it one more time, man, because I didn't see it. Okay, it's tripping because it didn't even play on time. So, but let me get to this. 1 second. All right. All right, here we go. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about tonight in terms of news, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is increasing by 50%. Now, if y'all don't know, something is going on over in Microsoft land. They just recently, and we could talk about this too, they just recently increased the price of the Xbox Series X. And I didn't know this, and I'll let Jace expound on a little bit more. I didn't realize that the current price of a Series X is actually more than a PS5 Pro, which is insane. So, Jace, would you like to expound on that a little bit more, sir?
So I don't have the overall price of breakdown, but this is actually the second price increase of the year, which is even more insane. But yeah, all four. I mean, I think it's all four models because the original Series S, the original the Series S terabyte, and you had the 1 terabyte Series X. I think that's $600, and you got the Series X with the 2 terabyte is $800 if I'm not mistaken. So all price increases for the second time this year, and I believe that was late August when that happened. Around August, and now you have this Xbox Game Pass Ultimate 50%. So it went up $20. No, it went from $20 to $30 in less. I say about because when they increased price last year, I think it was around this time. So you're looking at about almost a year. They increase it because the original price for Game Pass, I believe, was $15. Yeah, it's $15. Then they increase it to $19.99, $20, and they increase it to $30 in a matter of just a year. And the worst part about Game Pass Ultimate, and I don't know if you saw all the Call of Duty news that came out last night.
Mm-hmm.
They removed Call of Duty from Game Pass Ultimate because the game had a $300 million loss because of it on called Game Pass last year, Black Ops 6.
Wow.
$300 million loss. For a game with that, for a game with, like Call of Duty that have a massive budget. And 82% of the sales, I believe, was on the PS5, on PlayStation. So, Microsoft saw, and I'm going to tell you this, and this is the problem, and this has been going on. I'm talking about a lot of developers, a lot of CEOs have been saying this. about putting big AAA games on Game Pass day and date and have that not be sustainable. Because you're going to lose a lot of money. You're going to tell people you could go ahead and just play the game via Game Pass and don't even bother buying the game. And right there alone is going to hurt the long-term sales for your game. And that was a problem. I mean, I said, and I remember when they got this deal with Activision Blizzard, I said, if they put Call of Duty on Game Pass, the quality is going to dip of the game, because now the developers, and the fact that the next Call of Duty game is still going to be on the PS4 and Xbox One, like, what the heck? Come on, man. Why are you still developing for the PS4 and Xbox One? Move away from those consoles. But these developers, the publisher, you're going to lose money up front launch day. And on top of that, I believe they said that the DLC and all the other stuff, they get percentage off if you're a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. So you're not even going to get the full money off the DLC stuff because of that. So I'm like, they can't put Call of Duty in. It ain't Game Pass. And the fact that they did it for 2 years in a row, and it was an epic fail. Epic fail. And due to them losing so much money, they had to raise the price so fast. You raise the price up so fast, and you're going to remove Call of Duty from Game Pass Ultimate complete. I believe they said they probably going to come later next year. By the time it comes on Game Pass Ultimate next year, guess what? The next Call of Duty game is going to be coming out. Who's going to care? Come on.
You know that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's why I was saying that Activision, and this was coming. I forgot the lady named Lena Khan. She said that this was going to happen if Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard. And the fact that the CEO, Bobby Kotick, said it himself that he would not put Call of Duty in Game Pass because he know that it's not going to be sustainable. So when the CEO says it, why you Microsoft you go ahead and do it? When he says it himself that I will not put Call of Duty in Game Pass. It's going to be a massive hit when it comes to your finances if the game produced lower sales on your platform. And if it wasn't for PlayStation, because PlayStation pretty much carried the sales, so like, what are you doing on Xbox side of things, in which you're going to put the game on the servers, knowing you're going to lose a lot of money on that game on the servers? So like, you better off with just saying, all right, we just go ahead and just sell it all, have it be without the service, and rely on the PlayStation sales. That's all you have to do. You don't have to put it behind the subscription service. Like I said, Microsoft, man, they decision making these past 4 or 5 years has just been mind-boggling. And I keep on telling people these decisions is not as horrible as what Sega did in 94, 95. Mm-hmm. But it's damn near close. It is damn near close. You just scratch your head and all the lies. Phil Spencer. Last year I had enough of Phil Spencer because he kept on talking, kept on saying this, kept on lying. I'm like, Phil, just stop it. Stop the interviews, Phil. Because you're not making yourself look good with these interviews. And you're saying that Game Pass is profitable. It's not profitable. Y'all still struggling to even reach 50 million subs. Yeah, I think this year was the 8th anniversary of Game Pass, and they still can't even get past 35 million subs. That's insane. Hey, come on. And you're never going to get to the 50 million subs in the next 2-3 years with the way they keep going. So this move right here, that 20, and I don't know if you saw this news too. The site where you're supposed to cancel Game Pass on Microsoft,
shut it down, right?
It crashed down because so many people was canceling their subscription service. I'm like, yeah.
And you know that's. I'm sorry, I interrupted you again. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
But this is why I was saying that subscription service as a whole, especially when you're trying to pull this off in video games, it can't work. It just can't work. You cannot treat video games like how you treat Netflix. You can't, because People saying, oh man, I got 500, 600 games. You ain't playing all them games. I have a huge collection. I struggle to play 20 games per year.
That's right.
Hey, come on. There's no way you're going to be able to play all those games via Game Pass. No way.
Yeah. See, for me, and I agree, man. For me, so Game Pass is not, it's not conducive for me to have it simply because, like you, I'm a game collector. So if I'm collecting games and like you, I got a backlog that is out of this world, I don't see the benefit of me. If I'm going to buy a game, I'm going to buy a game with the intention of playing it at some point in time. The caveat that you have, in my opinion, to services like Xbox Ultimate Game Pass or whichever tier, and even to an extent PlayStation, I carry the Essential because I just needed to get online. Every now and then, if I see a game within the Essential bracket that they are offering for free, I get it. Most times I just download it and sit on it, and that's more than likely a game that I don't plan on putting in my own collection.
Yep.
But when you look at the fact that, and I'm glad you said that about Call of Duty because I wasn't aware of that. But what is the deal with a company? If you're losing money, the first thing that you decide to do, instead of maybe cutting back on the top people's salary, cutting their salary or something to try to mitigate some of the losses, I'm pretty sure that ain't going to cover the $300 million loss with Call of Duty. But why is the first notion to increase everything? That makes no sense to me, because the result that they're looking at are people canceling the service. It shouldn't cost an arm and a leg and your first two kids' lives and souls to get online, play games. And if you're offering that service for me to play these games, all I got to do is download them or stream them, do whatever method. Because again, I don't do that. Why is it the first thought to say, hey man, we're not only going to raise the price of Game Pass, we're going to stick it to y'all, especially those that's actually got the higher tier plans and stuff. What did they expect? And to me, it just seems like that they're, and Larry mentioned this, we talked earlier, it just seems like Microsoft is sabotaging the Xbox. Like we know people ain't gonna like this. We know people aren't gonna like the numbers as far as raising the price of the Xbox. I mean, you could blame it on whatever you want to, whatever's going on currently in current events across the world. But at the same time, man, when you outpace, or if you outprice the system that's been out, 3-4 years, and you continually raise the price of that system. You said it was twice this year, or it's been twice since the system.
Twice this year, they raised the price.
That's insane. And it's crazy too, Jace, because at one point in time, I'm like you. I'm not one of those, pro Xbox or pro PlayStation. I'm gonna play whatever I feel that I'm gonna play, right? So, and I tell this story to people all the time. I bought an Xbox, the OG Xbox when it came out, PlayStation 2 when it first came out, Xbox 360. What actually caused me to buy an Xbox over PS3 was Dead Rising. It was an exclusive, and that's another thing too. They don't do the exclusives like they used to.
Nope.
Where those exclusive are exclusive to the Xbox, and was Dead Rising, bro. That movie, that game didn't come out on any other system for years. You know what I'm saying? So, Killer Instinct for Xbox One, that was the determining factor for me buying an Xbox One. And it's like, okay, they got the even Rise, and there was a couple other games that they had. I can't remember a lot of them. I got quite a few of them, but
Titanfall came out Titanfall came out 2014.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep, it sure did.
Gears of War. Gears of War. Look,
Yep,
those Halo and Gears were the main three
that's
games
it. That's
I
it.
want to play. Get the 360 to play.
Yep.
That was the main three games. So like then with Mass Effect was because I think Mass Effect was the next game. Like I got Mass Effect.
They had Fable.
Mm-hmm.
That was an exclusive, and I was all on Fable, man. I bought the first 3, and I think they're doing another one, but I mean, it's kind of like too little, too late at this point. But I'm just curious as to why they're going through these taxes. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to recoup losses some kind of way, but I don't think that's the move to do that because the servers crash for people trying to cancel. So I can guarantee that once them servers are back up and the person hadn't canceled their service, they gonna cancel. So you losing money. But
you're gonna lose more money from the people who would not subbing the Game Pass.
right.
And you're not tracking. This is what I was telling one of my coworkers. Like all these prices, these price raise, is now you just raise on the price of Game Pass. You're not attracting new customers.
Nope.
Guess what come out next year? GTA 6. Who the hell's gonna buy GTA on Xbox console right now for GTA 6?
Yeah.
No way.
And then you're right. And on top of that, where you gonna find the Xbox? Because Costco is cutting ties with Microsoft. Then you mentioned before we got on that
a lot of retailers in my area, except for Best Buy, Walmart don't have no Xbox in stores. Target don't have no Xbox in stores. GameStop only have used consoles. So you can only buy a used console from GameStop. And I believe they only got majority Series X consoles. They only have a few in my store. They only have a few Series X. Best Buy is the only place you can actually walk into the retailer and see an Xbox right there behind the cabinet, and you can get an Xbox console. Everywhere else, you got to get online. You got to get online to buy. Go online. You had to go on Amazon. You definitely find a bunch of Xboxes on Amazon. I believe they still have the original launch day Series S and Series X on Amazon. So yeah, and not only that, now the problem with the when them raising the prices, I noticed that people on eBay raise the prices up for the Series X as well. Some people sell the console by itself for $350. Like, what is going on? Just a console, not the controller, no bundle. Come on, man. Yeah. The price raise, like 2 of them in 1 year, and you're gonna top it off for raising Ultimate for 20. And this is why I'm seeing some people say, "Oh, Netflix raise their prices all the time." They only raise their prices $2, $2 up. Then you're never gonna see Netflix go up from $19.99 to $29.99. You're never gonna see them do that.
I remember Netflix was like $6.99.
Disney Plus, they've been raising their prices every year by $2.
Highway robbery.
So, this is completely different from Netflix and all the other subscriptions. They've raised it $10 more. $10 more. Not my initial though, and I agree with Randall Doe. I saw his tweet. Like if they raise the price of Game Pass Ultimate, I think they probably give a $5 raise. They said we're gonna throw $10 away. Good Lord, man.
Well, all I can say is, man, I don't have Game Pass. I'm glad I don't have Game Pass. I already got a Series X, and I'm glad I'm not in that number to where if I wanted one, I feel sorry for a lot of people that may not have been able to get one, due to situations, finances, or whatnot, only to see.
Yeah, it's too late now.
Right, exactly. And on top of that, you got the shysters on eBay. I'm glad you brought that up because we're gonna talk about something else when we talk about our main topic. But it's a sad situation, man. It's a sad situation for gaming in a sense to where it used to be a situation where a competition between the companies was just it was an excitement. You was trying to see who's gonna outdo what and who's gonna do this and who's gonna do that. But now it's like Microsoft done bought all these companies, these developers and stuff, and not really doing anything with them. Then on top of that, you know, the increase to the Game Pass, the increase to the prices of the systems, the lack thereof of availability. You know, it's a sad situation, man. Because you know, I talk to others all the time. I try when, you know, as a game collector, I try to kind of spread the wealth, and I'm pretty sure you like that too. You know, you want to
I
buy.
haven't bought Series X games to Starfield in terms of physical copy. It's in Starfield. And the worst part about what Xbox is, and I knew something was wrong when I first got that console, was I'm looking at this way. Are they still on Blu-ray or are they in 4K Blu-ray disc? Because I think it was Halo when I installed that game. I'm looking at wait, is the game is actually installing off the disc or is it installing from the digital version for the store? And when I researched it, they said, "Oh no, it's a digital version of the store."
G-Man.
G-Man was good, my friend. It's been a long time, man.
Man, I was gonna call you tomorrow, man. So if you off, man, let me know and I'll give you a call, bro. It's good to see you in the chat, my friend.
Yes.
Always good, G-Man. I hope you and Mrs. G are doing well.
Great. Yes.
But yeah, man, I mean, when it comes down to it, it's like I want to be an Xbox customer. I want to patronize them because, like I said, I've had every game system that they've released up to this point.
I had all 4 consoles.
Me too.
Series X was the first one. No, actually, correction. It was because I bought that a year late. The Xbox, yeah, the Xbox one was closer because I bought that in February. The console came out in November, and I bought it the next year, February. So yeah, that was the closest.
See, Maddox, man, thank you for joining us, man. Thank you for everybody that's in the chat, man. We appreciate you watching. See, Maddox said, do you think this is the new standard? You have launched a 12-month window to get a console, then expect the price increases after that window? I'm put it to you like this. I'm gonna let Jason answer this. My answer is yes. And the reason why I say that is because, and it's something real simple, right? I'm gonna use Sony as an example. I love video games, love Sony, love Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. You ever notice that when Sony and PlayStation, ever since the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2 had different variations after it was released, but they waited. It was like a couple of years after. But they released the PlayStation 5 within a year. The PlayStation, well, no, I stand corrected. They did a PlayStation Slim. That's right. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jace. It wasn't even a year after the base.
The PS5?
Yeah, PS5.
The Slim came out, if you look at it with the PS4 and PS5, because the Slim for the PS4, I believe, came out on spring or fall 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And the PS5 Slim, I believe, was 20. Was it 20? I think it was 2023 because the Pro, the Slim came out first. Then the Pro came out 2024. That's
right.
So actually, I think because remember with the PS4, the Slim and Pro came out at the same time. I think the same year.
Yep. It wasn't even 12 months. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It was the problem. The thing is, the PS4 Slim had a price drop, and the Pro launched at the PS4 price. I think the Pro was $499.
Yeah, you're right. But they didn't do that with the PS5 though, right?
Oh no. No, there was no price drop.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, the PS5 digital, they increased the price. It was they increased to $50. Because it was from $399 to they increased to $449.
Yeah. So I honestly think, man, and I'm one of those type of people, man. And I mean, I can't lie. Be real with y'all. It's not really FOMO because you can get. Well, I take that back because with the PlayStation 5, I didn't get one off the rip because of the scalpers. Because I refused to pay $200-$300 more for that game system, and ultimately I ended up getting one for retail. During that time frame. But it is I would say yes, C Maddox, but at this point, it's kind of hard to say. I mean, currently in this current climate that we're in, we're gonna see price increases off the rip, and we may see more of what Microsoft did with the Xbox Series X, where standard systems are going to continue to go up in price. And the name of the game for most of these companies, whether it be Nintendo, Sony, they try to set the price to where it's affordable because they want to try to get as many units out as possible. Because when they're dealing with like developers and stuff, they get a small portion of whatever games that actually gets printed and sold on that system. So they try to get enough systems in households to where they can sell as many new games as possible. Now, whether or not that's going to become a norm, it's kind of hard to say because Jace just confirmed that the PS5, the base system didn't drop when the PS Slim came out or when the PS Pro came out. So it's kind of like shooting dice right longer now, man. I can't really say.
Like with the Pro, I don't always remember when the Pro was rumored. I kept on saying I won't be, because especially when the specs leaks, I said that Pro is going to be pretty powerful. So there's no way they can price it $100. Either I would say it can't be the same price as a PS5, and it can't be anywhere near 600. I was saying that it's probably going to be close to 700, and I was pretty much right on. I remember like it's going to be close to 700 and right on.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because there's a lot of talks about with PS6 in terms of how Sony, they said that they're going to probably be trying to market a price for a reasonable price. But it's in this with that question with Maddox. I think that's the exact same thing was going to happen in the next generation. The PS5 is going to launch at a reasonable price, then it's going to go up. Probably like 3-4 years down the line. And that's why I was saying that, because that's what, with this landscape of technology and all the hard, because if you look at, they really taking a loss on both consoles. Let's be real here. PS5 and PS5 Pro, when you look at the tech that's inside, because like I said before, the PS5 Pro is pretty much a mid-level to a high-range PC. In a high-range PC, you're looking at close to $1,000.
Yeah.
So you pretty much getting they pretty much selling that PS5 Pro at a loss, even at the $700 price tag. Well, right now I think it's $750, but so they still selling at a loss. But in today's landscape, I think with next generation, and we're gonna see with Nintendo, because that Switch 2, when I saw that price, like Switch 2 $500. It's the first time ever Nintendo's ever released a $500 console. Like, ooh. And then that's why I know when people kept on saying that, oh, that's the tariff price. And the Nintendo CEO, I think Doug Bowser came out and said, no, that's not tariff price. That's the actual price of the console. So we don't know if the Switch 2 will actually increase in price. So
yeah.
I think the landscape going forward, especially going to next generation, if they release the console at a reasonable price, especially I'll say around $500 to $700, you better get it right there. Get it within the first 2 years of the console launch, because they're gonna go up.
Yeah,
they will go up. So yes, it ain't like the old day when consoles they get dirt cheap. I know I bought a PS2 Slim for $130 in 2005. Like, yo, you're never gonna get those prices, because I think the PS3. The cheapest PS3 was $200. I remember that one Black Friday when I bought like 2 PS3 Slims. One was both for $200. I think 120 gigabyte models. So you ain't gonna get consoles cheap ever again.
Yeah,
no, because you see the original Switch. Now look what Nintendo did with the original Switch. It was always $300. After the Switch 2 came out, they brought the price up to $400. Like, why? Why do you want to bring the price up to $400 and you got a new console on the market? Just drop the price, put it in bargain bin.
I didn't know. But you know what though? Nintendo is actually prone. Bro, Nintendo don't drop nothing. Like in terms of price,
they never drop.
Nintendo, bro. Unless it's some old game like crappy Yu-Gi-Oh game that came out like 13 years ago, they might. I mean, if mostly third party stuff, third party stuff. Bro, Nintendo is not gonna put Nathan on sale. Nothing.
You probably find yourself for once or twice, but it's always gonna say that. Say Zelda Breath of the Wild is still a $60 game. Regular price $60. Like, Come on, man.
That is a travesty.
And you're gonna have the nerve to come out with a Switch 2 version, sell it for $7.
You know what, man? That's a whole nother show right there, bro. We can rag on Nintendo. I love Nintendo. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, those practices, bro. You do a game, and it's backwards compatible with the Switch. Is backwards compatible with the game that was on the Switch, but then you re-released that same game
$70
for $70. And what that the Mario Sunshine, the 1 and 2. Was it? No, Galaxy. Mario Galaxy. Bro, that's like a $60 game. You can go to a retro store probably. I don't know now, but
I don't know about Galaxy too, because I think when I saw that was over 50. Yeah. I remember someone was talking about this on IG when they were saying that the Wii games are starting to get expensive now. They were
Hey man, I'm glad I struck when I struck, because you know at one point Wii games were like
they were cheap. They were the cheapest,
incredibly cheap.
I mean, that's what there was a lot of people collecting for the Wii, because the Wii they was being cheap, especially a lot of their first party games that would be going over to the Switch. So those versions of the games are getting cheap, but now people they going up in price. Like, why?
Yep. Now, according to CLZ, which is the premier, you use CLZ, Jace?
Mm-hmm.
CLZ for games. It looks like Mario Galaxy. And this is just CLZ. Super Mario Galaxy is $15.75 used, and Mario Galaxy 2 is $25. So both of them together is about $40 and change. However,
that just recently dropped with the Switch 2 versions.
Yeah, but they selling both of those games bundled together for like $60. Just I don't know. Then you probably see eBay, which we're gonna talk about them a little bit later on. Those prices are probably jacked up on there too. So all right, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. And G-Man, I just want to say, man, behave, bro. All right, so in lieu of what we just talked about, GameStop indicates that it will continue to sell Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for $19.99 a month despite the new price hike. I just saw this today.
Yeah,
and it's like
Thursday, GameStop was having a field day going at on Xbox, and I forgot to share that in my story, man. GameStop, you know what's crazy? GameFly was taking a shot at Xbox. GameFly.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
Like, yo, this is crazy. GameStop said, I saw what they tweeted like back when Xbox was Xbox with the 360, man. Like, yep. But yeah, they sell the prepaid cards. And they have a bunch. I know my store, they had a bunch of them. I was like, yo, look at them Game Pass cards here for $20, man.
Shoot, man, they'll probably end up selling out if they ain't already sold out.
Oh, yeah, I guarantee a lot of people who going at it definitely will get it.
Right. Because this said, according to this article, as IGN reported, Amazon is still selling them for $19, Walmart, Best Buy, and Target. I'm assuming this is the case because they probably got like stock. Because you know they got those cards with the denomination on them. So
yep.
That is
they can't drop. They can't force them to drop them. So they have to sell them.
Right. So folks, if you're looking to get the Game Pass Ultimate before these run out, it looks like hold on. So 3 months was $59. I mean $89.
That's 3 months. Yeah. Remember, they don't have Game Pass. Don't have no annual. You can't buy like how with PlayStation Plus. You could buy a whole 12-month. Game Pass don't have that. So, and I think they were $180 for a whole year. Now it's $360 for a whole year of Game Pass Ultimate.
Man, that is insane. You know, because I haven't had Game Pass in a month of Sundays or even Xbox Live, so I have no idea.
Last time, I paid for Game Pass is back in 2021 when Halo Infinite came. That was the last time I paid for Game Pass. I used the $1 Game Pass, funding for a month last year for Hellblade 2. So then that was the last time I used Game Pass in terms of that. Yeah.
That would be a negative, bro. That is insane. Oh well. Next story. Now this right here, man. This is in my neck of the woods because even though I'm an old generation Xer, I still love fighting games. And Street Fighter 6 is currently one of my favorite games to play. Um, I'm mediocre at best. I really don't play it like I should, but I'm okay. So for those that don't know, Street Fighter is part of course, the esports. Just like Call of Duty, the basketball, NBA 2K, Valorant, all of them. A whole bunch of games. So Street Fighter has what's called Street Fighter League, and essentially what they do, they have it where you compete. You can compete online, and then they also have offline tournaments where you can actually qualify for what's called the Capcom Cup, which is pretty much the Super Bowl of Street Fighter 6. It's every year in February, if I'm not mistaken. So currently they have what's called Street Fighter League going on. They have it going on in the US, which they haven't actually aired any of those. They also have it going on in Japan. Japan is one of the largest consumers of Street Fighter 6 across the world, right? Yep. So they also have, Street Fighter League in Europe, and they have other fractions, as far as like, leagues in Africa, even though they're not as big as Europe, America, and Japan. So they air these on YouTube, and I watch them because I like Street Fighter. Shout out to Daigo Umahara. That's my favorite street fighting game player. But anyway, for the last 12 years, they've been having these competitions called Capcom Cup, and they've been free. What's up, Nilf Hunter? How you doing, sir? Good to see you. But they've been having Capcom Cup for free. You watch it on YouTube, and it's typically over in Japan. Japan is like for example, it's Sunday over there now, so they're quite a few hours ahead of us. So most people, include myself, if I'm up super late, I'll watch it, because I like Street Fighter. Well, now Capcom just announced a few days ago that they are now going to put the grand finals of both Street Fighter League and Capcom Cup behind the paywall. So they're basically saying now that they're charging, if you want to watch both of them, the Street Fighter League is a group of 4 teams. It's a group of teams, and they're teamed up in teams of 4. And like I said, this was free. So now they're charging $40 if you want to watch both of them. I think one of them's like $22 if by itself, and another one's like $18 by itself. You didn't know nothing about this, Chase?
Man, I did not know nothing about this news, and they lucky I didn't, because I've been roasting them so bad, because this is BS to the highest level. A tournament, you charging money to watch a tournament.
Yeah.
They giving that money out to the people, to the players in the tournament?
Well,
what are you doing with tournament money?
Well, this is the thing, and I've been like keeping my ears to the ground with this. So basically, what a lot of people are saying, or what they're surmising, is that so for Capcom Cup, the winner, first place wins $1 million, of course, after taxes by 600,000, and it trickles down to maybe like 200,000 for second place, and I can't remember what third place is. I mean, it's a good piece of money to be playing a fighting game and dragon punching somebody. But what is being reported is that Capcom is actually losing money on the esports side. And quite honestly, a lot of quote unquote esports are not actually beneficial, because they don't have either the viewership to bring in sponsors, or participation is low. So what is being deducted, or the theory is that they're actually tacking this $40 on because they're trying to recoup losses for them keeping up with, the Street Fighter League.
A post on Twitter, and they were having a discussion, and I think this is either before or after Evo. And that's what they were saying, that there's certain people who are only going to participate in Evos. They're not going to participate in all the other small tournaments in the cup, like Capcom. Because I think Punk, I believe he was in a recent one. I don't know if he's doing the one that was it last week, or is this it's a cup going on right now, right? Or
I don't.
last week.
No, it was going about 2 weeks. Well, longer than that. There was one called UFA.
Hold on. I know I saw something live from Street Fighter last weekend, so I know I ain't watch it, but
they air a lot of. Go ahead.
I know Punk wasn't going to perform in a couple of them, but so that's what people saying, that when they have so many on these tournaments, and if you're not going to have a lot of participants in it, that's going to be a problem. Yeah. So that's why I remember that's what with Tekken. That's why they were saying that Tekken they may cut back, because if you have a guy like Arsene Ash, he's only going to perform in the Evo events, and he's probably the best fighter. What's the point in having all these Tekken tournaments if some of the best players are not going to be in? So I'm like, because if you shell out a lot of money for these tournaments and not a lot of participants there, specifically a lot of the best players, you're going to lose a lot of money, and you're not going to have a lot of views because people are not going to tune in. So Capcom should think about cutting down on some of these championships. Yeah, you can have your big the Capcom Cup and the Street Fighter Championship, but some of the other ones they have to slim the fat with those.
I think what it is, man, they really want to make the esports in Street Fighter flourish. And because I'm gonna be honest with you, man, Street Fighter is a great game, and they actually have a lot of people playing the game. As far as like concurrent on online, Steam, Xbox, even Xbox and PlayStation Network. I think because of this sustainability, because it is a fighting game, you're not gonna ain't nobody breaking their neck to try to see somebody do sonic booms. So it's different than, like I said, a Call of Duty, which is like the top selling video game franchise of all time. And you got people everywhere playing this game, millions upon millions of people. So if they do like a esports tournament based on Call of Duty, yeah, it's gonna bring out the purses of big corporations that's trying to get in on their money, for sponsorships and stuff. I don't know really what they can do at this point, man, because they went up to $1 million like 2 or 3 years ago for the first place. Before then, it was like 250,000. I mean, in my opinion, 250,000 is pretty good money still. But they were trying to pull more people into the FGC, which they have. But like I said, if you don't have like viewership to where sponsors can get behind your product, then you kind of stuck. So I'm not sure what they're going to do. I know a few fighting game personalities had reported that they actually reached out to one of the directors, Brian F. That's his name, and he
really in the video. I didn't watch it, but he said Capcom no. But I can see from the thumbnail. Was it about this?
That's what it was about. He tweeted Nakayama. That's the one of the main developers on Street Fighter 6, and the developer didn't know anything. Come to find out that they have their development side and the corporate side are two different entities. So when they announced that they were going to charge $40, the development team didn't know anything about it. So that kind of just started a whole bunch of crap and a big firestorm of people, complaining. A lot of FGC people were saying they didn't like it because it's alienating a lot of people. It was said that
the reason why this news, because when this news broke, was it Friday? Thursday?
It was Thursday, I believe.
And the reason why it didn't get talked about a lot because of the whole Xbox thing.
Right, exactly.
That's all, because that's the reason why I didn't hear about it. I ain't hear no one on my feed talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's actually starting to come to light, man. But a lot of people aren't happy, and a lot of people, man, and it's alienating a lot of people because you have people in certain countries. Some folks was like saying they were from Brazil or they were from the Dominican Republic, and they don't make the kind of money because everybody don't make the same kind of money everybody does. So, you know, they were saying, well, we can't see it because we can't afford to see it. And it's like, you got people that want to see your product, and you just come out the blue and say, we charging $40. And this is the crazy thing, Jace. Back in the days of Street Fighter 5, what they did a lot of times to mitigate try to offset some of the costs, they would do DLC for costumes and stages and stuff. People would buy it, but they didn't even opt to do that this time. They just say, hey, we're gonna charge people $40 and expect folks to just, you know, shell out $40 to watch somebody play. That's
like buying 2 season passes.
That's right, exactly. It's like, nah, man, I wouldn't do it. As much as I really enjoy watching those cats play Street Fighter, I ain't doing that, man.
No way.
I'm not. I am not. And I can do it. I just don't want to do it because you charge that kind of money all these years. It was free. All I had to do was turn on YouTube and I'm there, you know. It is what it is.
Treating it like a pay-per-view. So
exactly.
They're like treating it like a PL. Why? So you tell me that it was not going to be on YouTube? It's going to be through their Capcom site?
Apparently, they gonna rig it up some kind of way the way you gotta pay. Wow. So it's not gonna be on YouTube. They can't. I mean, if they trying to charge people to watch it, they're saying that it's gonna be after the event. It's gonna be posted on YouTube like a week later, which was even dumber. I ain't making this up, man. I'm telling you the truth. It's stupid.
That's from their page.
That's from Capcom. Bionic Commando Capcom. Legendary Wings Capcom.
Yeah, I saw the Maximilian video popped up on my feed on Thursday night. And I saw it again yesterday. I wanted to watch it, but that's why I said I don't want to go back to Ghost of Yotei. And when he said the video, he got his head coming and said Capcom no. I was like, oh boy, what did Capcom do? And now we seen this, like, don't mind.
Man, I'm telling you, it's got a lot of people in the tizzy, bro, and it don't look good for Capcom. So I don't know if they're gonna backtrack on it or not. They're claiming that, you know, the Japanese people would do it, but then you got people like Daigo and other Japanese fighters like Fudo, some of the bigger names in the Japanese fighting game community saying it's not a good idea. They could have done it differently or could approach the fans and say, hey, if y'all like Street Fighter, you know, please support DLC like costumes and all that kind of stuff. I buy all that stuff anyway.
Just have one price for $9.99.
They
treating this like an actual sporting event, like it's like a box of pay-per-view for $40 back in the day.
Bro, they mentioned that as well. You know, they had a price point, like you said, $10. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah. But then this is the other thing is that, like I said, Japan is what time is it over in Japan now? So you talking about charging people $40 to watch this PLE or pay-per-view, and you talking about people all over the world. Now, just to give you some insight, it is 11:22 a.m. Sunday in Japan right now. They are 13 hours ahead. So 6 o'clock in the evening over there, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning over here.
Yes, it is.
So you charging people $40. Now, mind you, people will get boxing pay-per-views most times. The main event, you know, comes on.
Netflix is cheaper to watch the boxing fights on Netflix.
Right. But then you have other cards. You have an undercard before you get to that main event. So you getting your money's worth, quote unquote. But nah, man, just to watch the finals of both Street Fighter League and Capcom Cup, that is a negative.
That's crazy.
That is negative.
They lucky that Game Pass price increase was a big topic on Thursday, because if I would have found out about that Thursday, boy, oh boy, I probably would have had a post ready on Friday. Man, Capcom things again. Here we go again.
I'm sure you would have, because I've read some of your stuff, boys, like in detail. All right, I want to cover this real quick. WWE 2K25 getting John Cena retirement tour DLC. I haven't played this game, but I keep hearing that it's a really good game. So I'm trying to find a used copy. Do you have it?
No, I ain't got it yet, but I was saying this is probably gonna be on the Black Friday list as well.
Yeah. Okay. Now go to the TGS Tokyo Game Show 2025. Were there any games from TGS that you were interested in that caught your attention?
What was my what? Oh, the Yakuza games. That's right. You follow up on all that, right? The Yakuza.
Yeah, Kiwami 3, and then they got that add-on to it too.
Yeah.
Man.
And this is why I completely forgot because I know Warrior 64, but they coming out with Kiwami on 1 and 2 on the PS5. If I'm not mistaken,
yep.
I saw that.
I think they're gonna end up remaking all of them. Because I got to remaster
the first 5 games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They might do Yakuza 6 too. I mean, they working on Kiwami 3. They've already done what 1 and 2, like
they done 1 and 2.
Yep.
And the Ishin game, I think, because that was a remake of
the one the one from Feudal Japan. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I think they're gonna ultimately do a Capcom and they're gonna remake all of them.
Yeah, they're gonna do 5. Like they do because 6 came out last gen, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it came out on PS4.
Yeah, it was last gen.
Then we got on Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7, and then Infinite Wealth, and then Pirate Yakuza.
Infinite Wealth.
Oh my god, man. I'm gonna do a video on Yakuza, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm gonna be honest with the chat. I was really ignorant on the Yakuza series, very ignorant. And my first Yakuza game that I ever played was Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7. Jace, I promise you, man, when I played that game, I actually got it on sale at a GameStop, and somehow or another they mispriced it. It was during the holidays, and it was brand new $15 for Like a Dragon. Yakuza
on the website?
No, it was from the store. I walked in the store.
And they had it for $15?
$15
on the tag.
$15.
Brand new. And he rung it up and
it rung up $15.
Wow.
$14.99. I don't know. He said he looked at it, he scanned it twice. He said, man, apparently they did something. I guess when they put the SKU in, they priced it wrong. I went ahead and bought it. I took it home, played it, bro. Amazing games, man. Yakuza, and I went out and bought every last Yakuza game because I didn't have any of them prior to Yakuza 7.
But Yakuza 0 was my first one.
Oh my god!
I bought that back in 2017. Actually, that was a Black Friday game. Yeah, cause I bought it Black Friday and I didn't play it until 2018. And I got over to a slow start playing it. Then when I went back, I ain't played for like 2 weeks. And when I went back to it and started really diving into it, like this game is fucking awesome.
Oh, man, folks, if you've never played a Yakuza game, please do yourself a favor.
And that was so smart for Sega to do that because those Yakuza games were very rare. I think only I met one person who even heard of them. I'm like, one person? Yes. And I'm talking about this is before it came to the PS4. I think it was back on the PS3 of them. You heard about the Yakuza games on the Sega on PlayStation? Oh yeah, I heard of it, but we never played it. Cause I remember I seen it in specifically GameStop multiple times used back then. I just never attempted to pick it up and play it.
You and me both. I've never paid them no mind, and I remember seeing them on the PS3. I'm like, what is this? Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, I'm glad I was able to pick that up. Oddly enough, though, I'm gonna tell you something. I had bought that Fist of the North Star on the PS4. I did not realize.
The Sega one, right?
Yeah, the Sega one. Yeah. It's made by the same developer that made Yakuza, and I didn't know because I didn't really pay attention to Yakuza. RGG, that's right. Yeah, man, and I like that game. I hadn't beat it yet, but I'm gonna beat it.
I forgot where I got stuck at. there was a part where I got stuck in the game because I was playing that. It was what's the name? I was playing that with Dragon Quest. Yo, that's crazy. That I played 2 games and I still haven't beaten those games.
It'd be like that time, man.
Dragon Quest 13.
Well, but yeah, that Kiwami 3.
I'm trying to remember what those games because I didn't even want. Of course, when it come being in Japan time, I didn't watch. I don't think I watched any trailers of Tokyo Game Show.
Really?
Outside just seeing the information on Twitter, I ain't seen no trailers. I hated that they teased the hell out of the Virtua Fighter, the new Virtua Fighter game. Like, what was the point, bro?
Yeah, to get people excited, basically.
Like, it's the 3rd time this year they did one little tease. Like, stop it. If you got nothing to show, don't show it. Just say something, give out information. That's it. Don't just tease me no 15-second clip. Man. Come on.
Man, you know that's the norm now, man. They give you a little bit, and then they be having you waiting, salivating like a rabid dog.
I mean, when Namco revealed Tekken, they were balls to wall showing that game. That in Street Capcom did with Street Fighter 6.
Oh yeah, they're trying to get that money, man. But yeah, there was a few JRPGs that I saw. Can't remember them, but they look pretty promising. I want to say, yeah, they did do a extended dive in the Resident Evil Requiem.
I didn't watch none of that. And to be honest, because with all the trailers I saw during what's the name, Summer Games Fest, and I think there was another trailer they had.
State of Play.
Yeah, it's State of Play. Like, to be honest, I'm gonna be there day one. I'm just waiting for them to drop the demo for me to play. So I don't think I need to see much of Resident Evil, unless if they finally show off Leon. Like, if they show Leon in the game,
it might break part of the internet right there, man. Yeah. I got a feeling they probably gonna drop a demo for Requiem like in November, December, because the game comes out in February.
Yeah.
So it ain't too far away. It's not too far away at all. But overall, they had some pretty decent games showing at the TGS. They also, actually, this was State of Play, and this is something. Last thing we're gonna talk about in terms of news. The Wolverine.
Long overdue.
Bro, we looking at what, like 6 years?
No, they announced it the same day, the same time when they announced Spider-Man 2. And I thought that was a mistake for them.
That's right. They did, because they had where he's sitting at the bar with the claws coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
So when did Spider-Man 2 come out?
Spider-Man 2 came out 2023.
So 2
they
years.
both were announcing I think the showcase in 2021. Yeah, it was the showcase in 2020 when they announced both games. I thought they got too excited that they knew that they had the license to do Wolverine games, so they got excited. Like, oh, let's go ahead and do an announcement trailer. Man, you should have waited on that announcement trailer.
I agree. They should have waited until they had a firm build to where they could really start talking about it, because I don't think the game coming out till late next year, right?
All next year, fall 2026.
Yeah. If it's anything like Spider-Man, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I'm just curious as to the story, because in the trailer you see not Deathstrike. You see Mystique, Omega Red, and then the robots that he killing are the Reavers.
Yeah, the Reavers.
So I'm kind of curious.
A lot of ideas, and I kind of hope they go this week. Someone brought up, and I say yes. Put Alpha Flight in the game. Yeah, they need to. If they do something with Alpha Flight in this game, I will absolutely mark the fuck out.
Man, get out of my head. Man, Alpha Flight is one of my favorite groups in Marvel. And man, I got that full run of Alpha Flight Volume 1. But yeah, Sasquatch is my favorite out of Alpha Flight. But yeah, I honestly think, because the game is supposed to be set in Canada, the US, Madripoor, and Japan, I think. Yeah. So if it's set in Canada, man, we got a really good chance of seeing, if not all of Alpha Flight, at least Vindicator and Heather Hudson, at least them two. But I like
put the whole group in, but at least have a few characters that Alpha Flight exists. So if we may see them in a later Wolverine game or come in X-Men.
If we see any of Alpha Flight, man, we could pretty much guarantee it's gonna be. I mean, according to comic book lore, it's gonna be James Hudson, Vindicator, and his wife Heather, because you know they were part of that whole Weapon X situation with him. You know, but hey, what's up, Matches Man? Hate you couldn't show up, bro. They got everyone hyped years ago, and then nothing. Wolverine is a must cop, most definitely.
Yes, it is.
And if they come out with oh man, I just thought about this, a collector's edition of this.
Oh.
I'm sure they're gonna have a Wolverine statue.
Oh man, yes.
I hope Eugene Judd. Puck might show up because you know him and Wolverine got a pretty good relationship and stuff. But Eugene, that'd be dope if he was in there and they fought and he just spun and you know threw himself like Blanca.
Yeah, let me tell you this. I did. You remember when the leaks came out when Insomniac was hacked?
Mm-hmm.
Because I did. First of all, there was a lot of people saying, "Oh, they're gonna say Sabretooth was in the game." They already had his model because that was one thing that I saw. I saw the model of Sabretooth and Omega Red, but there is a gameplay portion in which you get to control Jean Grey.
In this game?
Yes.
See, I steered away from the spoilers, man. You know, I get caught up in the trap all the time. And I said when they leaked
that on my feed, I was like, and I was looking at it. Now you know how like in the Spider-Man games that you have the Mary Jane session. If they have you control Jean Grey, because I think people keep on saying Mystique. I don't think that's Mystique is going to be controlled. I think it's going to be because there's going to be X-Men in the game. And from what I'm thinking is, this is already Wolverine. He already been an X-Men member, so you know Wolverine going to do his thing. He's going to leave. So I think this game pretty much going to establish that the X-Men as a group already exists. He was already part of the group. He's just leaving to do his own thing. But I think we're going to run into a couple of them. Now, I won't be surprised if we see Storm in the game, and I think that would be great if we had Storm.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Colossus.
Oh, yeah. And this is the biggest thing that I think if Insomniac hit this. Now, I don't know what they had to go through the rights to. They had to call them. But if they are able to get Hulk in this motherfucking game and we get to do Hulk versus Wolverine, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Because they're not going to do it on the big screen. They're not going to do it in the movies. Insomniac, get in contact with Universal, Sony, or whoever. Get in contact with Universal. Get Hulk in this game. And have a section in which we fight with Hulk.
But you know what though? I mean, considering that the game is going to be centered in Canada, it could very well be that we see that. I mean, if they can pull it off. They can pull it off. I mean, because when it comes down to, if I'm not mistaken, the license of the Hulk, Universal only owns the cinematic rights to the Hulk. So if that's the case, then I don't think it should be a problem if they was going to use him. There's a lot of possibilities with him, you know. We might see the Hand. Hell, if they go into match report, we might see Psylocke. Never know, you know. So
and I was thinking that Silver Samurai may be also like a Silver Samurai. I was like, yeah, I think I could see him being the boss.
Deathstrike too.
I'm comparing the things that they did in Spider-Man 2, in the first two Spider-Man games, and how they handled it. And I won't be surprised they'll have a similarity with how they handle Wolverine in terms of what they bosses.
Matches, man. I think if they do Wolverine like they did Spider-Man,
we're gonna have a lot of suits. I believe what Insomniac did with Spider-Man. We're gonna have Wolverine's gonna have about at least 30 plus suits.
They'll probably have a butt naked Wolverine with a leaf over his groin. Like real talk, I'm pretty sure they'll probably have that Weapon X, you know, where he had the mask and all that. They'll probably have that. A lot of people don't remember this, but you know, Wolverine had that suit where he had, excuse me, I don't know if they were bear teeth or what, some kind of teeth or fangs. He had a necklace with them around his neck, and he had a suit, and it was a full body suit, and it was brown. Let me see if I can pull it up. A lot of people don't remember that suit.
Yeah, I probably.
Let me see if I can find it.
You know, they probably gonna have his first appearance suit.
Yeah, that's that yellow and blue suit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it, man. It was a funky looking suit. I don't think
The
it was.
Uncanny X-Force suit was gonna be it. They had it in the no, I don't think they had Spider. I think it was on what's the name, the Deadpool game.
I found it. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can put it over here.
Strange shit. No, that's
it right there.
oh look, he got the skull.
Yeah. I can't remember what book he actually wore this in, but it kind of looked like Sabretooth suit from the 90s.
What's his name? Malone said it was Marvel presented the Barry 101. I'm ready to spin them on that game. And most of all the suits, if I'm not mistaken, on that in Spider-Man 2, they were all free suits, free updates.
Yeah, they were do the free updates.
No DLC suits and something that you had to pay for.
Fine. I got that book.
Fiend suit.
I don't think he wore it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be in the game, I'm sure. He gonna have, like you said, his suit. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
They're gonna put every suit in. Like I said, it's gonna be 30 suits. Because I believe Spider-Man 1, it was about 25 to 30 suits, because they did have the bonus suits. Then they released a whole bunch of suits with the DLC stuff. So I think the game ended up having about 50 suits for the first game. Then Spider-Man 2, they had damn near close to 100 combined with Peter and Miles. Oh yeah,
he'll probably have all of it. Yeah, he'll probably have all of it. He'll have the X-Men suit from the movie. I'm pretty sure he'll be patching Madripoor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, what is that? Old Man Logan. That's the one I was talking about right there. He'll have that.
Oh yeah, Weapon X.
The blue and gold. Yep. Yeah, he'll have all of these, man. I'm sure. They'll probably make some custom.
Like they're gonna have the Uncanny X-Force suit.
Oh yeah,
that's a lot.
I see this one right here, man. I missed out on the whatchamacallit on the last Spider-Man Collector's Edition, but rest assured they do a Collector's Edition for this. It's on like Donkey Kong, baby.
Pre-order.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Wolverine, and they gotta from all that hack. Now the Venom game, because I don't know if you've been seeing the news on that. Because originally from that hack that happened when Simon, the Venom game is supposed to come out this year. It was originally supposed to come out, but they were saying, I forgot who it was that reported. I think it was Tom Henderson. He said that they're actually moving on more with the Wolverine game, so that's why Wolverine is going to be pushing towards next year to come out. The Venom standalone game is going to be 2027.
Isn't that made by Insomniac as well?
Yep, Insomniac is going. The Venom game is pretty much going to be like Miles Morales. It's going to be like a standalone game, smaller game. But the good thing is Eddie Brock. They're saying is Eddie Brock is going to be running the symbiote.
Okay. Sound like a plan to me.
Yeah.
All right, man. That was a good combo.
Definitely going to be. I think Spider-Man 3 is probably going to be early PS6. I think I can see that coming out first 2 years of the PS6. The X-Men game. That's what I think. When they're going to probably get Spider-Man 3 out the way, then that's when they're going to really work on the X-Men universe. And I'm all for it. Because I've seen some people saying, why Insomniac game? They shouldn't be doing the X-Men. So I'm like, no. Insomniac can do whatever they want. If Marvel said, hey, Marvel give them the green light to do X-Men games, I'm all for it. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
That's gonna break the internet, man. Man, this thing be on eBay for like $800,000, bro.
And that is the Spider-Man PS5. The console by itself is a $700 console right now. And the plates, because remember they released the plates for the console, $400, man.
I wanted that, man. I'm not the kind to buy multiple systems of the same brand, when that Spider-Man, when that came, I wanted it. I really wanted it. You got it, don't you?
No, I don't got the plates.
Really?
No. The place was hard. The console was still available when it came out, but I didn't want to pay $600 for the console. Like, no, they had the individual plates that you could replace the PS5. I was trying to get those suckers so many times and I couldn't get them. PS Direct was crashing. Then when it came on Amazon, it sold out so fast. Like, it didn't even last two minutes.
Bro, they had the Yotei PS5 at my GameStop, man. They really tried their hardest. Bro.
I wanted to get the PS5 Pro plates for the Yotei, man, and once again, they only had a small amount of them. They sold out so fast. I think because I missed when Wario 64 posted it. I think I was 8 minutes late. As soon as I clicked on the link, the PS5 Pro plate sold out. Like, come on, man! And you got the standard controllers and all that. They were so available, but the plates sold out. PS5 Pro. So they're not mass producing them, man.
Kind of like that anniversary. The 30th anniversary.
30th anniversary.
I wanted the plate for that. I wanted a controller too.
Yeah, the controller is still. I see some people on Amazon selling for $120. I'm like, from what the price, I think it was close to $100. With the regular price. So I was saying that if I pay over $20 is the most I will pay over. I am not going 140, 150, no way. But the 120 that I'm seeing on Amazon is looking kind of tempting to get.
Hey man, more power to you, bro. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna show y'all something before we end the show. After we do the hauls, I thought was very egregious. We talked about it briefly behind the scenes, but we're finna move on to our final topic of tonight. And let me get that queued up real quick. All right, give me a second.
Let's talk about it.
That's the name of this segment. Shout out to Trick Williams, Trick Willie. Let's talk about it is what we're about to do. So let me get this set up real quick because it's still set up on my side. And we're going to talk about the game of the hour, Too Sweet to Be Sour. And thank you for everybody that's in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get this. Ghost of MF and Yotei. Let's talk about it. I'm going to let you start off, Jace, while this plays.
All right, I'm just going to say this. The first 4 hours of Yotei is far better than Shootin. And I would say they made Atsu a convincing badass. Just straight from the beginning. From her, you seen her as a child, to seeing her going after the snake. And I was surprised because I was shocked by that open the boss. I was like, whoa, we got to open the boss battle right off the bat?
Right. Hold on, right quick. Hold on, right quick. So we're going to talk about this. You know, we haven't beat the game. So we pretty much have gotten.
What I'm pretty much talking about is pretty much when it comes to story, I'm only going to talk about the beginning.
Yeah, so we won't give no too many, spoilers.
I only did four or five story missions, so I'm not even deep in the story yet.
Right. So go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Opening of this game is better than Tsushima. The way how they present Atsu and how much of a badass he is, and first of all, it's not even a spoiler because it's the video, the trailers have been all over YouTube. But when she killed, and I didn't even pay attention to that when she write down all 6 names of the Yotei 6, and when she killed the snake and wiped the tower, it completely
wiped his name off.
With his blood, I like, oh shit, that's badass right there. No. That whole sequence was just so bad. I like, Atsu is already a badass. Whereas it took a while for me to really get into Jinsaki and Tsushima. I would say right after his father got kidnapped in the probably like 4th or 5th mission, and when he started doing it on his own. But right off the bat, they made Asu a badass. Like, yo, I could get behind her. And I'm noticing, like, yo, and this is why I think what they say present with her is like, she's been pretty much a mercenary from the moment her parents got killed.
Right.
And she's been kicking so much ass because the fact that they hinted that, oh, she killed a couple of samurais. I'm like, damn. So I would say at this point, even at the beginning of the game, she's more powerful than Jin-Saki. Dude, this woman is legit.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Ooh.
I agree with you. It took me a minute, but I kind of got to that realization as well. But see, the thing of it is, and I'm not disagreeing with anything you just said. The thing of it is, you gotta look and see. Jin was a slow burn, right? Yeah. Because he was a samurai. He was all about quote unquote law and order, doing things the right way, and because of that, it took him his story to to evolve to where he ended up being towards the end of the I started say moving towards the end of the game. Her, on the other hand, it's like she was coming from the sticks. She was coming from, South Central. And she saw all this death and destruction and her parents and all this kind of stuff. And it hardened her from jump. It took longer for Jin to get to where he was, to get to where she is, where she was off the bat.
And the funny thing is, she's already being called the ghost.
Right, exactly.
Already being called the ghost early in the game. Whereas Jin didn't really he didn't officially get the title until later in the game.
Yep.
But she's already being called the ghost.
Because she at this point, man, to where that whole situation that happened at the big, like this right here, what we're seeing, it bro, she been on though. I think she was like 6 or 7 years old right there, and 16 years had passed between the time her family got killed up until where she is right there. So it's like she had 16 years of basically in the hyperbolic time chamber of getting herself to say what now?
Constantly training and constantly killing.
Right.
She was on a killing spree, killing a lot of people.
Bro, she go into certain areas and they be like, that's the honor you. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, bro, let me tell you something, man. The advancement between this game and Yotei gonna always be one of my favorite games of all time. But the advancement that you see her in this game in terms of not just the story, but this what we're seeing here with the dual sense, the way you use the dual sense to draw and all the other stuff that you're able to do in this game is amazing, man. To the haptic feedback that you get when you do certain things in this game, bro. They really put their foot, because you didn't have, I don't recall that level of detail in Tsushima. So when people, you have a couple of people I've seen, man, they didn't do too much, bro.
I've seen people say, "Oh, it's the same game." It is not the same game.
It's not.
No, you play them first 4 hours, you can feel and see a lot of differences.
The mechanics are they're some of the mechanics are the same, but they improved upon those mechanics like 100-fold. Like you were seeing with Ghost of Tsushima, bro. She come off the rip, man, killing a boss.
My bad. Like you can see that when you first start controlling Jin in his fights, you can see that it was almost like they made him feel like, oh, he's still a young, inexperienced fighter. Whereas this game, boy, she's coming out here just wrecking dudes. Now I know the excuse with the snake was, oh, he was drunk. Like, man, we see a lot of elite drunken masters right now.
He even said that in the fight. He said, "You gonna fight me drunk?" Like,
man. You seen some elite drunken masters, man. Come on, there ain't no such thing. Still, but the fact that she came off the gate and just ran right through the town, went to him and killed him. Oh boy, that was awesome. And then you saw about the haptic feedback of the horse. Even riding a horse feels even way better than Toshin.
Yep.
Especially with the haptic feedback with the controller. Like, when you jumping over things, you can actually feel the vibration. Like, it's two different vibrations. The vibration when the first 2 feet in the horse land, and the vibration of the back feet of the horse land.
Bro, like, when she running across certain types of terrain, like if it's rocky terrain, you can feel it in the controller. Like that is very, very that is very intuitive.
And I can really appreciate that. Because I said that Astrobot still use the best implementations of the DualSense controller, but man, Ghost of Yotei, man, Sucker Punch, they did their thing with this controller. They really did their thing on all 4. Even the motion, like you say, when you building your sword, you banging on the axe, you have to heat it up, you have to do all that.
Flip it over.
They're like, oh, they did everything with this controller great.
When she cooking, you have to flip it over. You have to, make sure you don't burn the food.
Yep. It's like everything in this game. I'm gonna tell you this: when I'm out in the open, I did a lot of exploration today, mostly today, compared to yesterday. But man, I'm going out. I'm not even looking at the map, and I'm running into people. And they turn out to be a side mission. I'm like, whoa, this is actually a side quest.
Yep.
They're like, oh, this is pretty dope right here.
Man, I've already found 2 duels. I ain't gonna lie, that second one, boy, I got destroyed, man. I don't think I was strong enough. Well, I wasn't strong enough. Then I've come across like 2 or 3 bamboo posts. You just, man, you could just ride on the horse, man, and pretty much find anything.
I found a bounty. What I even know it was about the dude was a bounty guy. I'm like, oh, so who's this guy over here? All of a sudden, a cutscene come up and like, this must. I'm thinking it's just a random boss. No, it's a bounty.
Yeah.
Like, oh, then that's when it's going. When I got that first notification, oh, you gotta go to the guy for the bounty. Oh, let me go there and collect my money.
Yeah.
And that's when I saw the bounty board, and I like it. And I was kind of confused at first. Like, wait a minute, that's a bounty on myself. So what do you do with that? So someone on Twitter said that when you see a bounty of yourself throughout and pull the bounty down, not only it'll raise your spirit point, but it'll also raise the reputation even more.
Really?
Yes, it will raise your reputation. And I don't know if this is not a story spoiler, but this is this is funny. When you get to the second part of the north, I forgot what it's called. You will see a cutscene in which bounty hunters are actually setting traps up for you. Dang. These motherfuckers setting traps up. So when I was riding my horse, I wasn't even paying no attention. I'm looking at the environment. All of a sudden, right at the last second, I see a whole rope right in front of me, and I got tripped over and I got ambushed. I'm like, oh no, fuck, these dudes are setting traps for you now, bro. Yeah. Setting traps for you trying to ambush. That is crazy.
Man, I'm glad you told me about the those bounties, because I found 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And I always accepted them. I'm like, maybe I find somebody that looked like her and turn them in or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, this game, despite a lot of the negative press that this game has been getting, and I don't even want to go into detail about that stupid stuff, but it's this is an improvement upon Ghost of Tsushima. And again, Ghost of Tsushima is going to be one of my favorite games of all time, but this is probably going to be slightly above Tsushima on that list. It is immersive. I was telling Jace the same thing that I did when I played Tsushima. And if anyone in the chat or anyone that watches this after the fact haven't played Tsushima, I suggest you do. It's one of the most visually stunning games on the PS4/PS5. This game is as equally as beautiful. I spent a lot of time in Tsushima just taking pictures. I know that sounds stupid. They have a camera mode.
Photo mode.
A photo mode.
Ain't stupid, man. That's everyone too.
Bro, I'm telling you.
On Twitter say that, man, I spent 2 hours just taking the photo in photo mode alone. Man.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you one thing too, man. I spent a lot. This is probably why I spent so much time, because I actually, like I told you, about 160 hours in Tsushima. I was just riding around. You ride around various places, collecting the flowers and the bamboo and stuff, man. I just sometimes just ride around, even with this game, and just getting flowers and bamboo and mushrooms and stuff, because I know at some point in time I'm gonna need it either as a supply to myself or either to sell it.
And
I
now
even
that
came,
you need a lot of supplies for your armor.
yep, that too. I came across a bear and that joker killed me dead, man.
Oh, so when I counted the bear, I had the bombs. Cause I think it was on the mission when I had when you training for the bombs.
Mhm.
I like when I saw the bear, I ain't trying to fight bear. I'm just gonna toss bombs at that mother. Hey,
Yeah.
I ain't want no smoke trying to go one on one with bear. But
Oh,
I eventually will come to that point. Like, yeah, I'll go ahead and challenge the bear. But
no,
at that time, I didn't want to go hand in hand with the bear. I said I'll just throw some bombs at the motherfucker and let them dead.
I was stupid, man. I thought I was gonna parry a bell attack, like, bro. Hey, man, you stupid.
Someone said that on lethal difficulty, they one shot your ass.
Man, they one shot. Hey, bro, it ain't even no lethal difficulty. I'm like on the hard difficulty.
You were harder than
They one shot you on that.
Dang.
Well, then again, I only had like 3 of the spirits, 3 or 4. That joker, man, that joker swiped me, man. She instantly fell on her knees. I'm like, man, she ain't praying.
Funny? I came amongst another bounty dude in one of the camps. I'm thinking, yo, I'm getting my ass kicked against this guy. I think I died at least 4 times in a row. Then when I like, you know what? Let me just see if is it really me? Is he really that more powerful to me, or is it just I'm just struggling? Come to me when we fought the fifth time. I whooped his ass so quick. I'm like, wow. And all I did because I was just constantly, and this is the important thing is the weapon switch.
Oh yeah.
All weapons you get, because certain guys you fight, if they have certain weapon, you gotta make sure you have the weapon to counter that. Like when you fight a guy with the sticks, you gotta have the dual blades to counter their strikes. And
yep. Yeah, man. I got them last night, the 2 blades.
Yeah, 2 blades, 2 katanas, man. Yeah, I forgot the Yukari, man. That I think I'm starting to like that weapon more and more. When I was playing it before the show started, I was loving the Yukari pose, man. Especially when you kick the shit out. It's a trophy that you gotta kick someone off the cliff with that.
Oh yeah, Jeff, what's up, bro?
Jeff, what's good, brother?
Good to see you in the chat, bro. The Go series has delivered for both games, as you said, my favorite games of all time. There's not too many games that make you think. This is why I bought this console. Man, I keep telling, I have, like I said, I got close friends, man, never played Ghost. I'm like, man, what's your problem? And one thing I do like about these series, I'm the type of person that I like story-driven games. I like games that have good story, that drives the narrative and good, controls, the whole meta in terms of the skill tree. That makes me feel like I've accomplished something. If I can max a character out, find the best armor, because that was one of the favorite things I like about Tsushima, was going around looking for them headbands and armor. Yeah. Bro, I got the Sly Cooper.
I got all of them.
I got all of them, bro.
Yeah.
I went all over Japan, all over Tsushima, man, trying to find all that stuff that I couldn't find on my own. Yeah, I went to YouTube. I had to get it.
Well, I think it was the what's the Horizon? I think it was the Horizon armor, which I had a hard time for. Then I had to look that up on YouTube. Say, where do you find that? No, I know it was the update. Right, it was right before Horizon Forbidden West came out, and when they had the Horizon armor, and that's how you go get it up. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna try to do the same thing with this, and I hope they add more free armors too.
I'm sure they will, man, and we'll probably end up getting an update like Iki Island for Tsushima.
Oh yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, this game is great. Now, me and Jason and I were talking about whether or not this game is going to be contention for Game of the Year, because there's already been some bangers that come out this year. One of them is Expedition 33.
Someone brought up a great point on one of the spaces that I was listening to yesterday, and they were saying that if you look at in terms of the Metacritic score, 4 of the 6 high-rated games are all independent games. All independent. I believe. Yes, I believe Death Stranding 2 is probably the highest AAA game on it, because you got Expedition 33, Silk Song, your Hollow Knight 6 Song, Split Fiction. I forgot what was the other game. What was the other independent game that got it? Oh, hey, see the problem. That's the thing with Hades too, and I brought this up on Twitter. What was kind of strange with those reviews is that it's sitting at I think a 93 Metacritic score, but it only got 30 something reviews. And this is what I was saying with Ghost of Yotei hit 100 reviews in one day. Yeah, 100. So that means more people actually played the game.
Yeah,
I'm saying that when people saying, "Oh, a lot of those independent games are going to get it," not so fast. Because just because they got high Metacritic score, that doesn't mean that they have a lot of people that actually play the game compared to a game like Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, and you had Monster Hunter. I think Monster Hunter was at 88. So I think for the Game Awards, you're going to get at least 2 independent games nominated. Yeah. But I don't think all 4 of them are going to get nominated like that.
Well, I'm putting it to you like this, man. As of right now, on the PlayStation. If you go look at the rating for this game,
it's highest.
It's 4 point. Well, the last time I checked, it was right before I played the game earlier today. It was 4.89. It's like over 12,000 reviews. So some reviewers on YouTube, they kind of downplayed the game. They were saying it's a good game, but they really wasn't like. And I guess they were trying to be fair. But
when it comes to that's like with medical, and this is why with some of these, and I was saying this on my boy Guapzilla, I'm like, yo, you got these PlayStation be handing out so many review codes. They be handing out review codes to sites that are not even gaming sites, but they have a gaming journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, and those gaming journalists, I forgot the name of that site when I looked up. They only review 4 games throughout the whole goddamn year. 4 games. I'm like, how are they able to get not only review the game, but they get their score on Metacritic? Like, how is that even possible? And that's why I was saying that my issue with Metacritic is you need to add the YouTubers, especially YouTubers who have reviews and give out scores when it comes to number of reviews.
Yeah.
If they give out a number of review scores, put that on Metacritic. So what was that? Because like you got some of these sites on here, like these are not even legit gaming sites, and they reviewing the game. And one of them, from the first paragraph, I like, yeah, this guy, he's full of it. He is full of it with the way he's saying. I don't know if you saw that article by what IGN put out. I think it was yesterday. And the moment I saw the headline, I said, "Yeah, I'm not even going to bother reading." They were saying they getting tired of revenge stories when it comes to PlayStation first party games. I'm like. And my biggest issue is they had God of War Ragnarok. They had Kratos right there. I'm like, God of War Ragnarok is not a revenge story.
No,
it's not. The only 2 revenge stories that PlayStation have is really The Last of Us Part 2, and you can legit say Yotei is a revenge story. That's right. It. So what's going on here? And they two different types of styles of revenge stories. Last of Us Part 2, you play 2 characters. Like, why are you even mentioning this?
Yeah, that don't even make sense. I mean, Spider-Man, neither the first 2 or Miles Morales was a revenge story. The first God of War, basically, Baldur was messing with Kratos, and that kind of, caused that to happen. The second one, Odin and Thor was messing with him.
That was even
I don't understand that, man. I don't get it.
Lady, stop it, man. That's the reason why I haven't read on anything IGN put out for the past 10 years. So,
IGN is a joke, like 911. Shout out to Flavor Flav. Yeah, I believe them as much as I believe Rotten Tomatoes when it comes down to movie reviews, man. Yeah. There's a lot of times, and IGN will be quick to give a 7 to a game, and the game should actually be an 8 or a 9 or 8 or 8.5, but then they'll get like a 8 or 9 or 10 to a game that's lackluster. But
and they gave Yotei 8, and the issue with was the story.
Yeah,
they were saying that too much of the same story. Like what?
That ain't even the case.
And the worst crazy thing, when I watched, I think it was Game Radar and ACG, they said that the story has some twists in it that's completely different from your typical revenge story.
But see, you can't even compare Yotei to Tsushima, man, because Yotei is a true revenge story. Tsushima was a situation where the Mongols was taking over these folks' island and they were defending themselves. And old boy had he got to a point to where he figured, okay, I can't beat these people as a noble samurai. I got to get dirty. Them two totally different stories, man. These folks tripping.
Yeah, and that's why like anyone who said that, oh, the sword is the first of all, Yotei sword is completely different from Tsushima. Tsushima, you have a samurai who was conflicted with the code, like you said, who was really like, oh, I can't. And remember, it was really I keep forgetting the girl name, because she was the one that was giving him advice.
The archer,
doing the stuff and attacking samurai.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
No. Yeah, I think, but she the one that was influencing him to do it. And so that's who was conflicting Jin. Like, yo, I want to be a samurai, but man, it's times I can't be a samurai. I gotta do things the 30 way. I gotta do things the ninja way.
That's when he turned into the ghost.
Yep. Yotei is completely the first 4 hours tell you that it's completely different.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something else that's different too, bro. That one part in the game where she fights outside the hotel, and they give her that I can't remember what they call it in this game. Something about the wolf where you press down the L3 and the R3 button, and she goes into that mode.
Oh yeah, the wolf. Yeah, the wolf.
Yeah, the wolf. Yeah, that shit. How long did it take Jen to get that in?
She got it at the beginning of the game, like you said. Right. At the beginning of the game, Jen didn't get the ghost stance. So what? Halfway to point to the game.
Yeah, it was right towards he fought the Mongol, the Mongol general a little while before that. But see, that gives me the impression.
I think it was actually 2 stands, if I'm not mistaken, because he had the one when he do the stance like this. Then he had, I think later when you become the ghost and you get the ghost suit, it's completely different. I forgot what what it was called, but that was the true stance, the true ghost stance power that you do when you just go nonstop killing motherfuckers.
Yeah. So that leads me to believe that her skill tree is gonna be a little bit different, and I mean, of course, it's a lot more diverse because she could throw swords and spears at you and all kind of crazy stuff. So yeah, I haven't beat the game, but
I had this happen to me. Emily he disarmed me. So I was kind of feeling, yo, where the fuck my weapon went? I was like, where's my weapon? So I ended up picking up another guy's weapon and started using that. I think it was the twin fang weapon. And I was like, yo, shit. Right. So you can legit pick up other enemies' weapons and use it against them. That's why I ended up using it against them. Then I finally found out. Because when your arm weapon gets disarmed, it highlights in gold. And that's why I was like, well, where's my weapon at? And I was surrounded, so I was like, man, I had to pick up something. Yeah. But yeah, and it was back to Tsushima when what's the name? C Magic was when I was kind of relieved because in 2020 I named Ghost of Tsushima as my game of the year over The Last of Us Part 2. And the main reason I said in my post, the main reason why, because Tsushima had a better satisfying ending. I hated that The Last of Us Part 2 had that type of ending with Ellie and Abby, and there was no choice. They gave you no choice, at least in Tsushima. They give you the choice to kill your uncle or let him live. Whereas I always said that Last of Us Part 2, first of all, I just didn't like how the whole thing was set up. And first, Ellie, boy, oh boy, I turned on Ellie in a heartbeat. Like at the beginning of the game, yeah, I was seeing Team Ellie. Then the more I play Abby, I'm starting to like Abby more, and I'm starting to get a little annoyed with Ellie. But boy, that whole ending sequence there just made me flip into it like, man, fuck you, Ellie. I'm on Team Abby. But the fact that they didn't give you the option, because I would like to see how what scenario would be if Ellie would have killed Abby, and how would she feel? What would be her reaction when she would have had sides on like, yes, I killed her. That I got vengeance to Joe.
Yeah.
It was in Ghost of Tsushima. They gave you that. They gave you that choice on whether you, because I let him live. I let Uncle live.
Me too.
But in my second playthrough, that I decided to go ahead and kill him. So you get to see two different types of reaction, two different endings. And I like how, and that's why I said, like, Tsushima, I felt more satisfied with their ending compared to Last of Us Part 2. So that's when I gave Tsushima my game of the year, and the fact that it was like 4 or 5 people in the comments saying, "Oh yeah, I agree, man. Tsushima my game of the year too." Like, oh man, I'm kind of feeling good about that because I thought there was going to be some people coming railing on me for saying that. Like, oh man, Last of Us Part 2 is better than Ghost of Tsushima. Like,
I'm
gameplay wise, yes, but story wise, nah, not so.
Well, like I said, man, I'm only 4 hours into Yotei, but unless the game just takes a incredible U-turn, I think it's gonna be an experience. So if you waiting on a regular Joe Blow or Joe Blows to make your determination as to whether or not you're gonna get it, I believe that both of us are in agreement that it is a great game, so.
And because this is another topic that I saw during the week, and I do agree with some people. Like, if you have, first of all, if you said, if you ain't played Tsushima, you're like, go ahead, play the damn game by now. And the game's been out for what? It's been 5 years. Yeah, to celebrate the 5th anniversary. If you've been a PS4 or PS5 owner of years, you have to play that. What? I'm like, question, what games you been playing? Because like, what? If you're one of those players that just play Madden and 2K, and I'm like, yeah, I'll give you a soft pack, because most of those people, they don't open their minds up in the first place for you to say for them to play. But if you've been playing other games, especially if you play other PlayStation first party games, and yet you have to play Ghost of Tsushima, like what's going on here? Play that, man.
I totally agree, man. And it's surprisingly, I know a couple of guys, and I mean, I respect it. They didn't like it, and the reason why they didn't like it is that they were them Call of Duty, NBA 2K, and I'm like, it is what it is, man. Yeah. But I believe that it's a solid game so far, and they took so much from Tsushima and added a lot more stuff to Yotei along with what was working in Tsushima. So. Yeah, I would strongly recommend that you get the game if you haven't, as well as Tsushima if you haven't played that one.
You haven't played both, get both.
Yeah. Back. You can play them back to back, or I mean, you don't really have to play. I mean, I would suggest you play them back to back, Tsushima and then Yotei. But because Yotei is set a couple hundred years after Tsushima, it's not a continuation. Yeah, although I did read that there were actually, and I don't know the extent of this, but they do reference Jin in Yotei in a few instances. So
I didn't watch it, but I saw someone posted a clip, but I didn't watch the thing. There was Jin Sake reference.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm gonna try to find my own.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to get spoiled, man. Anything else you'd like to say about Yotei before we go to the next segment, man?
Let's see, we cover the horse riding, cover the fights. I think that's pretty much it.
Oh, I got one more thing real quick, and hopefully we won't stay on this. EA got bought.
Oh no, I actually was going to mention to you. It's Saudi Arabia. Oh boy. Yeah, and I mentioned, I told this to Sean. I was saying that we allowing Saudi Arabia to buy up American property. They're using their money. And do you saw the list of how much they have stakes in terms of certain publishers? Yeah. I don't know if you saw that list where they have stakes that they have in a lot of publishers. And there's a whole bunch of them, including Capcom. I'm like, oh boy.
Hey man, some Saudis they bought Evo about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, PlayStation game. They trying to get their hands into a lot of things right now. You see, they got WrestleMania in 2027. They getting their hands in a lot of things. But I am concerned for BioWare. That's my only concern about EA. I ain't give two fucks about EA outside of BioWare, and I am concerned on how they going. I don't know if you saw that. They said that they want to put all the focus on AI development. Yeah. So that means they're gonna probably lay off a lot of workers and focus on AI development and live service games.
Yeah.
And like that right there is a massive.
Yeah. That's stupid, man. I ain't really care for EA since they stopped EA Big. I'm being real.
Yeah, that was EA at the peak golden age era. EA on the PS2.
Yep.
Oh man,
Yeah,
EA Sports, EA Big. Oh
yep.
man.
SSX.
Yep.
All of them.
NBA Streets, Def Jam Vendetta, Fight for You.
Oh. Yes, sir. I saw your post the other day about them too, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I got both of them. I got Fight for New York on the Xbox OG and Vendetta on the PS2, man. So good days, good old days.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, man. All right, bro. Well, we about to get to our last segment of the night, and it is right here. Show me what you got. This is our whole season, so we can play rock paper scissors as to who go first. It don't really matter to me
because I got some of the things I got this right here in my hand. Matter of fact, let me show you both. Let me show you both. DualShock Ghost of Yotei limited edition controllers.
Let me get you back on the main screen. Hold on.
And I gotta look this up. I believe this is the first time ever PlayStation released 2 limited edition controllers for one game. I don't think they ever done this before.
Yeah, man, I like that black one, bro. Man, I haven't taken mine out of the box because I'm like, I'm
using the black one. This is the one I'm using to play. The gold one is just gonna stay in the box.
I got you.
The black one is going to be used black. I don't like the feel, like the feel of the controllers. I'm like, yo. You can feel the slices. You can feel the rough paint. Yeah, this should feel great. I'll have to say I'm gonna probably do a post on this tomorrow when I'm gonna rank the controllers, but I may put this top 2, top 3. It's something about I like the feel of it. It feel authentic. Yeah, I like the way how the slashes, especially just playing the touchpad. Like, yo, this game got me touching the touchpad like crazy, man. Like, yo. Man, I just went playing so many games this year and barely used the touchpad. And Ghost of Yotei got me using the touchpad like crazy. And of course, the game itself. Now, it's actually, I got 3 games here. Ghost of Yotei, new pickup this week. You got the second new pickup, Final Fantasy Tactics, man. You know, the original game is one of the best Final Fantasy games on the PS1, one of the best stories, tactical RPG.
Is that remastered? Like, is it up there? Are the graphics updated?
Yes, it's a pretty remastered. Now, the funny thing is, I've been seeing the conversation. Now, I haven't read too deep into it because there was actually a PSP version of the game that had new features, but they remastered the PS1 version. They ain't touched the PSP version. Yo, and that's another thing that we've been seeing. Sony Atlas did the same thing with Persona 3, in which they had an exclusive PSP version that had new features and a new character, but they went on ahead and remake the original game. I have no issue with that. If they choose to go back and do the original game over the other, that doesn't bother me. Now, I don't know if you played the first game when that came out a couple years ago, and I got the platinum trophy, but RoboCop, Road City Unfinished Business.
I want
awesome. I love that. So I had to get the expansion. Another easy platinum trophy because the platinum trophy this is easy. So definitely gonna play this probably sometime near the end of this month or next month. But yeah, RoboCop. The funny thing how I got this, I saw a Best Buy notification pop on my email, and it said I had a $10 coupon that is ready to expire. I'm like, I got a $10 coupon, and I'm just now seeing this. So I said, let me go and see on what they have on Best Buy. And I saw this was the first game. I think I last viewed this back in June or July. And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and just use a $10 coupon on this. I ended up getting this for $21 and change.
Okay, so it's like $29.99.
Yeah, $30 full price. Wow. So I ended up using my $10 coupon on this. Cause I was going to use it on Gears of War, but when I saw this, I was like, I'll go ahead and get this. I'll get Gears of War reloaded later
So
on.
let me ask you this: is that the most recent RoboCop game with
That's the
like
expansion.
DLC?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's the expansion of the Rogue City, the main Rogue City game.
okay.
They just decided to release a physical edition of it, which most companies don't do that.
Mm.
They will just keep it as smooth. That's on this. When I saw they release, I saw people posting it on IG. Like, wait a minute, they released a physical copy of it. Yeah, oh shit, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it. So yep, that's my small haul games. I have yet to buy a retro game in the past 5+ months.
Well, you know what, Jason? You're in
Oh.
luck. You're in luck. You want to know why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I got a few that I want to show tonight, man.
All right.
But first, Silent Hill F, and then this grotesque steel box or steel book. I don't know what's wrong with this girl's face. I don't want to know. It's probably in the game. So I got that. Now I'm doing a video too on a haul. Matter of fact, y'all check out my channel. I posted 2 videos within the last 48 hours, and I got 2 more to do before Sunday. So go check me out. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Got a lot of stuff down the pipe. Disaster report.
PSVR.
Yeah, it's VR. I got this one off of Amazon, man. Got a couple of days ago. Shout out to RNG Gamer was talking about this. I had it on my wish list, but it was like on one of those lists you need to get it now before it's gone. So I went ahead and picked it up. PSP time. God of War. Ghost of Sparta.
Oh, that's sealed, or was it resealed?
It looks like it's been resealed.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be complete. I got this one off of eBay. Really good price, man. I man, CLZ is my Bible. So PlayStation 2.
SNK
Arcade. I wanted this, man, because this got like I got the Fatal Furies somewhere because I got them on the Saturn Japanese, but it's got like at least 15 games: Art of Fighting, Baseball Stars, Fatal Fury, King of the Monsters, Magician Lord, Metal Slug, Samurai Showdown, Shock Troopers, King of Fighters 94, World Heroes, Top Hunter. 16 games on one disc. I got this one for like $12. GameStop, bro. Look, I done got 2 games out of GameStop that's been on my list that I was shocked that they had them. And you probably are very familiar with this one.
Oh, yeah, Shadow Dimension.
Yeah, man. Price is $74 for 71. I had a $5 coupon, and then I had 20,000 points. So I paid right around $45.50. This game retails on eBay for about 100, somewhere between 100, 120 bucks.
All the Spider-Man games by Activision are going up in price.
Yes, they have. Full. I mean, everything's in good shape, the whole 9 yards. So, yep. Shattered Dimensions. And the last thing I'm gonna show, because like I said, I got a haul video that I'm working on. We got Ghost of Yotei. And then I got the DualSense. So
now, how many your GameStop had?
This?
Yeah, the controller.
When I got it, it was, I think, old boy said it was like 10 of them. They had 10 of them, but they didn't have the one in black. Because I was actually gonna pick that one up because for this.
The black was on PS Direct exclusive.
Okay, so yeah, that's why they didn't have it then. Al, but yeah, they had 10 of those, so I went ahead and picked one up. And fortunately, I had some points because, like I said, I spent a lot of money at GameStop, so I actually redeemed about 49,000 points. So I ended up getting this one for like $33, $34 and paid full price for Yotei. So
is he steal?
Oh yeah, man, most definitely. I figure if I'm gonna buy video games, man, I might as well get my money's worth. And then on top of that, where I go, man, they kind of help me out when it comes out of them points too. So yeah, it's a win-win for me because, like I said, they look out for me at that place. So
That's what I was saying when some people speak negative about GameStop. I'm like, at least GameStop has a reward system that you could take advantage of when you shop a lot for them. Because Best Buy, they don't do that no more. I used to go Best Buy. Best Buy was my primary store to buy games from like 2017 to 2020.
mm-hmm.
When they got rid of the I forgot the name of the awards. I'm like, man, there's just no point. So that's why when I went back to GameStop in 2022, that's why, you know what, let me go, because I think 2022 was when I finally signed back up the Power Up Awards.
Yeah.
And that's when
Go ahead.
That's how I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get pre-orders, buy games for them, and build up. Because I'm thinking right now I'm probably at because I did use a $50 coupon. I redeemed that earlier this year. My biggest issue with that, you can't use that on the prepaid cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PlayStation Plus and all that. So I forgot what game. I know I used it on one of the games a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm gonna take advantage of them. You buy for them, they reward you with coupons. And man, you said you stack up on a lot.
That's right. Exactly. And you could spend the points on online purchases.
Yep.
In the store. I think the only thing you can't do with the points is buy gift cards.
Yeah, no gift cards.
But if you buy gift cards, you get points for them too. So I mean, the point system to me is a lot more beneficial than the actual power of rewards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just stack them, and then whenever I want to buy something, because I intended on just putting all the points towards Yotei, but then they had those controllers, so I'm like, I just put it towards the controller.
And that's what I said. I haven't pre-ordered Battlefield 6 yet, and that's what I was saying. That do I want to use some of my points on that? Because that's what I want to see when my points add up for Yotei. I want to see if they'll whatever add up. If I could get another $15 off. I know I got the $5 off.
Yeah.
I know he asked me about the $5. Like I ain't used it. I never used the what's the name?
The coupon.
No, not the coupon. You know when they do the disc protection and all that. I never.
Oh no.
I always told it, and the guy would say, "Yeah, man, you keep your stuff in good condition." Like, yes, I do. So I'm like, I'm not gonna. I don't need that.
Yeah, they don't even ask me.
Disc in the house and all that for me to be worried about them messing up my disc.
Right. I tell them, I don't use my game as coasters, so you ain't got to worry about me. You know,
my cousin, he had his physical disc of Spider-Man 2. One of his sons jammed it out in the PS5. When we took it out, it got a scratch on it. And I was like, yep.
Yeah.
You have kids, you have to deal with that, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Jace, we got through the first live stream for shooting you know what, shooting the shit. So you got anything to say before we part ways with the folks?
Yeah, it was a great show, man. Great 2 hours and 15 minutes. I see. I felt like it was going to be a little longer than that, but I'm glad it went. We hit the topics.
Yep.
We spent time on the things that were necessary. The shocking topic for me was that Capcom because I had no idea that.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. I just looked up at the other screen. I want to show you this before I go. Show everybody before we go. Now the retail price for those controllers. How much was the black controller? Was it $84.99?
Same price.
All right, so
same price on the gold.
Now this, if we want a Comic Hall Crew live stream, this will be under You Must Be Out Your Damn Mind. So check this out.
Already 135.63.
Well, look at this though.
Oh, wait a minute. $257 as listed price.
So you're trying to make
it's still available. The gold one, I think, is still available on Amazon and Best Buy.
Yeah. They trying to make it seem like they getting a deal when they're not really getting the deal because this is like $50 overpriced 129, 114,
If
140.
anything, the black one should be the more expensive controller because that's only exclusive on PlayStation Direct.
Yeah, 125, 112.
Yeah.
This one out the box, and they're trying to sell it for 112, 129, 137, 125, 149. This is madness, man.
Brand new, and you already got these stuff. Now I'm trying to figure out then how are these people buying? Because I noticed one of the shops here in Orlando, they end up getting about at least 30 copies. Like, how the hell they got 30 of them shipped to the gold control?
I don't know, man. Pull some comments from me.
30 copies shipped to him. And my issue is I hope he's not selling multiple copies to one person.
Yeah. Either that or he done overpriced, he done jacked them up.
Because I know PlayStation Direct and Amazon, I noticed Amazon doing it now. They have a limit on some of these things. You can if I ordered a gold one from Amazon and I can't order it again.
Yeah.
They lock you out from ordering, like, oh shit. So I order it and they lock you out from trying to put it back in your cart again. PlayStation Direct is again too. So something tells me that some of these guys who selling, they probably have multiple, they probably buy them from multiple retail stores.
Probably.
Yeah. They probably bought one for PlayStation Direct, bought another one for Amazon, bought one for Best Buy. And that's how they probably reselling them just like that. Like, and I see one from Japan. I mean, good Lord.
Yep.
Wait, did you saw the God of War controller?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah,
that lazy ass controller. Who approved of that controller?
I don't know, man. But that was lazy.
Oh man,
I looked at it and I said, "Bro, I don't want this. I could do this at home."
Yeah, that like, come on. Now there's people who could design controllers better than that.
Right.
Come on. Y'all gotta do better than that, man. Like, I love the Ghost of Yotei controllers, but y'all took way many steps back with that God of War controller. And that's supposed to be the 20th anniversary controller.
Yep.
They even try hard for that.
Not at all. Not at all. Well, folks, we're about to cut this live stream. Well, we're not cutting it short, but we're about to go ahead and call it night. We thank everybody that showed up throughout the broadcast. Jace can be found again on Instagram at Jace171889. I'm Dusty Brick Brown. Jace posts a lot of game stuff, man, and he meticulously
games, comics. I need to get back to posting movies. You know what? Speaking of that, I need to get back. I realized I bought by at least 24 movies I bought over the past 4 months. I ain't posted a single one of them.
Yeah, you
my movie page has been, and nowadays because when I come home from work, I do two things. I either play game and I just go sleep.
Yeah,
that's what I do. That will be, and I don't have time because when I do I have all my movies shipped to me now. I don't go. But Best Buy not selling movies no more. Now I heard a rumor that they're gonna come back to selling movies, physical movies, but. Well, all the movies right now, I've been getting them from Amazon. I've been having them shit. I bought the Superman movie. I ain't unpacked that until this week.
Talking about the James Gunn Superman.
That came out on 4K. Oh shit, I forgot I had them.
Let me check Amazon. I'm gonna have to get that then. Okay, cool beans. Well, I'm glad you told me because I just talked to somebody about that. So yeah. Let me get. All right, folks. Well, it has been a pleasure, man. Jace, thank you for giving me the idea to do the podcast, man, for Ghost of Yotei. We will definitely, if Jace is cool with it, we will come back.
I'm going to tell you this one. Whenever I get, and speaking of Ghost of Yotei, when I get the Platinum Trophy, it will be my 100th Platinum Trophy. Big time milestone. I've been on PlayStation. Actually, this year is actually the 15th anniversary of my first Platinum Trophy with Call of Duty on Modern Warfare 2. So yes, 15 years of me getting PlayStation PSN trophies over what? I think I'm over 12,000, I think 12,013. And recent one that I'm gonna tell you this, my 100th Platinum Trophy may look like there's a lot of people who got over 400, 500 Platinum Trophies. I'm like, and just like I said before, that I only get the Platinum Trophies with games that I love and enjoy. And if there's games that have these Platinum Trophies, I'll go ahead and get them. But I am not going to buy no $5.99 game on PlayStation Store and get those easy ass platinum trophies that I see people spamming. And also, I'm gonna have to call some of these guys out because there's a brother on he's on IG, but he's on Twitter most of the time. He got over 800 platinum trophies, and when I looked through that list, I'm like, what the hell are these games? Man, what are these games? And to find out those are just cheap $4 or $5 games that's be on PlayStation Store that have easy platinum. You just 20 trophies and you can just get the platinum trophies. I am not doing that to boost my stats. I'm sorry. I refuse to do that. I'm not going to pay for those games to get easy platinum trophies. I want to get platinum trophies with games that I love and enjoy. Period. So I'm not going to boost my platinum trophy list. My platinum trophy list is going to be what you see of the games I like. Simple as that.
But Jace, tell us how you really feel, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hey man, you're a trooper, bro. Cause man, I ain't got but 2 platinum trophies. I got a whole bunch of possibles.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is a guy who I forgot. I think it's Stunton. His Xbox. He's a diehard Xbox fanboy. He finally moved over to PlayStation. I think that he said this is his first PlayStation console that he owned since the PS2. So I think he had the PS5 Pro for dang 4 months, and he's already racking up platinum trophies. I think he got 8 right now. Just got the platinum trophy for Spider-Man 2, and I think he's on to playing. He playing Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, he playing Ghost of Tsushima, and he played Death Stranding 1 and 2. So
my only 2 platinum trophies is for Ghost of Tsushima and Ragnarok.
You ain't got the God of War 2018 platinum? I'm
like at 80%. I beat the game, and then for some reason I didn't go back. It's a lot of games I'm close to that. Like both of the Like a Dragon, the recent Like a Dragon games, I'm like at 70-80%. It's just a matter of me. A lot of these games, man, it's just me going back finishing it. That's it. But the Ghost of Tsushima and Ragnarok were just those 2 games I was just locked into. I'm like, bro, hell of high water, bro. I'm getting these platinum trophies, but I could have more, but I don't even. It just have to really like Yotei. That's gonna be my 3rd one for sure.
And that's the game that you can spend about 100 plus on anyway.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Like when we get off the stream, going in there, I'm gonna fire it up for about 2 hours. So yeah.
I don't love that X because X got some platinum trophies. I think he got the Resident Evils.
He got Resident Evil, Silent Hill. You know, X is a horror that horror guy. Like
he been knocking Resident Evils out, man. Like,
yeah, man. Evil Within. I think he got platinum for that, and Evil Within 2. He got a bunch of platinum trophies for horror games. I think he platinum Metal Gear 2, the most recent one. So
yeah, I got the platinum for that.
Well,
yep. So I would say that when both of us beat the game, I would say we need to wait for both. I'm most likely going to beat it before you. So I say that when we both beat the game, we can probably go ahead and do a whole spoiler. Maybe we do spoiler talk because by the time it'll be damn. We do a spoiler talk podcast talking about the game.
I agree. Yeah, we can revisit that. So we'll put that on the docket. Whenever we beat Ghost Yotei, we could revisit it, and that sounds like a plan. Okay. All right, folks. Well, again, it's been real. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Please follow Jason now on Instagram if we are deemed to be some interesting people. Jason, he posts a lot of good stuff. So I'm not really on Instagram that often, but when I do, I post. So, but with that being said, on behalf of Jace, this is Dusty Brick Brown, aka Al, wishing you all a good night. Y'all have a great one, and be on the lookout for the next stream and YouTube post. Y'all take care.
Have a great weekend. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. No, that's not.
We are still here. StreamYard is not acting right. Y'all have a good evening once again.
It's still alive.
Yes, we are still live. StreamYard ain't is tripping.